do's and don'ts of designing a veranda. Look, my view is you've got to build to the area that you're in, and it all depends on the house we're attaching to. If we're attaching to the house, and you can't do any design on any house because all houses are different. So
that's a good point. If you
what
go
we
through the catalogue and you try and morph whatever is in that onto your house, chances are it's not going to work.
Exactly.
So it's the recommendation of the company that you take the opportunity to talk to one of the design consultants, and collectively we've had more than 40 years experience in this. So it's not like we don't workshop these things through behind the
Well, it's not just that. Sometimes you've got, plan A, plan B, plan C, and, perhaps the client's budget comes into what we're doing.
What I like to talk to the client about is how much light they want into the home, how much heat gets in there.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think an important factor is the height of the veranda.
That's a good point. The higher they get, the more weather they suck in.
And if I can say just, Rocky, sometimes if a veranda is too high, it has an inhuman aspect to it. Like walking into a large cathedral and the roof's right up there. You're just not feeling comfortable.
Well,
it doesn't feel like you're in a room.
I think a big don't too is not building within permit requirements, because all of a sudden you're trying to do what could be a simple structure, but a small adjustment here or there will soon make it a very clean process when doing permits, because otherwise it could just drag out forever and a day. A lot of money can be spent for very little gain.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. A lot of people don't understand that. To me, the big thing, a lot of people are worried about light, and I think if you design something without taking into account, each person's desires, it would be awful having the structure go up and they're upset about it.
It's not just about now too, it's also future plans.
Exactly.
Because if you go and put something, that becomes the cornerstone. And if you've got big elaborate plans, I guess it's always important to look at the big picture. So yeah.
But just not just light, but controlling heat as well. A lot of people actually they get us out because it's west facing, they actually want to block out the heat. But a simple thing to do is for most people to actually put up laser light, and that could be very, very hot on a west-facing area.
But fortunately for us, we have newer technology that we can let in light without heat or glare.
Exactly.
Laser light's probably the most problematic product in the past that we've replaced.
Definitely.
Inevitably, we'll go out to a client's house and they'll say, I hate this veranda, it's too hot. And often on the other side of it, we're receiving a phone call from someone who wants to put up a laser light veranda. In all but very few cases, most of the time laser light will radiate heat.
The thing I don't like about laser light, it doesn't stay looking new for long.
Clear laser light.
Exactly right.
Frosted laser light is another product.
But it will always encourage mold to grow. But besides that, I'll always try and save the client money where I can. If they don't need to spend the money, I'm not going to ask them to do it.
That's a good point. A small, well-planned space is far better than a big space that does nothing.
I'm a strong believer to say don't build more than you need. Otherwise it becomes a storage area.
This
should be escape. This should be
our elegant flat verandas sometimes will beat a gable hands down every time.
I'm with you. Simple is usually best.
I agree with you.
Agreed.
Yep.